dip in the pool got cut short. I just got a dispatch that we've got to go set up a landing zone for life flight helicopter. Looks like one other member's got the truck. I live about 7 miles outside of our little town. Takes me a little long to get in there. The guys parked the truck in the right spot. Eventful. It was a pretty textbook. We get a lot of medical calls that result in a life flight. There's not a hospital close by anywhere, and so it usually takes anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes for them to be able to get to a hospital, even running emergency traffic. So any kind of life-threatening medical emergency, they'll go ahead and call life flight in for, and then we have to set up a landing zone. There's the truck. Well, that was an interesting disruption of the day. You never know when you're going to get called out or get a dispatch for something. That was a sad call. It's never fun when you have to go out on a life flight call, medical emergency of that sort. But I'm glad that we were able to get there and get them transported quickly and swiftly. There wasn't any delay in getting the helicopter landed, so that was a good thing. Yeah, it's an interesting story how I got involved in the fire department and started doing this. I'd never really given much thought to being a volunteer firefighter before. But when we moved out here, we moved out in the middle of a snowstorm, and here in Tennessee we don't get a lot of snow, so 6 inches of snow overnight is a pretty big deal for us. And it just so happened that we've got this major snowstorm come through the weekend that we were planning on moving, so we had packed everything up and booked it out here with a van load of stuff and a truckload of stuff, anything that we could get. Well, it's a small town out here, and everybody kind of knows everybody. Everybody knows what's going on. And the fire chief and the assistant chief found out that we had moved out, and we were staying in the house here in the middle of the snowstorm. And the next morning, they came out and drove these treacherous roads in a four-wheel drive first responder, and just came out to check on us, make sure that we had everything that we needed. That's what it's about out here, is taking care of each other. And I swear, before, when we lived in town in that little suburb outside of Nashville, I mean, we could have thrown a rock any direction we wanted and hit any one of 400 houses around us. And we knew maybe 2 people in the community there. But we move out here, and within the first 6 months, we know almost everybody on our stretch of road. It was just unbelievable, the sense of community that we found out here in this small little town of Auburn Town. And it just, it was inspiring that they would come out and check on us like that. And so a couple months later, I was talking with them and found out what was involved in becoming a member, and filled out the paperwork and took the necessary training courses. It wasn't really that much to take. An 8-hour introduction, a 16-hour firefighter course in order to, within the first year. But then I went ahead and took a 64-hour training course and a 16-hour live burn, where we had to go into a training facility and do the live burn tests and simulate actual fire experiences. And I've since then I've taken my EMR course so that I can respond to medical emergencies and be that first responder. And it just gives me a sense of pride and a sense of belonging here in the community, that people can look to me for help when they need it. People can call on me when something is wrong, and I can be there for them. And because that really is what community is about. We're out here on the homestead and we're trying to be a little bit more self-sufficient, but the reality is that we're not an island. We're not all by ourselves. We need other people at times, and if we can be that person for somebody else, then maybe in the future they could be that person for us too, and in a way that we need help. So, but just if you don't have a good close-knit community around you, try to reach out to some people, reach out to some neighbors, and build those relationships, because it definitely is worth it. It's worth being able to be a good neighbor and have good neighbors around you, have a community and a people that can rely on you and that you can rely on them in the same way. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching these videos, and we'll see you guys on the next one.